you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Val, and today I'm going to be doing a freshman college advice video. You're probably thinking, it is too damn early to be thinking about school. We just got out. And I think you're absolutely right. But yeah, I don't have an excuse. But as a freshman, you're gonna need all the advice you can get, and I think I have some pretty good advice. So if you want to hear some of what I've got to say, stay tuned. I have my phone in my hand, so I'm gonna be looking down at my notes, so if you see me doing that, don't get bothered. Okay, let's start. Advice number 1. Don't buy books until the professor tells you to, and if you have to buy books, do not buy it from your school bookstore. Don't do it. Because first of all, a lot of people want to buy their books early before classes start so they can be prepared, but you should not do that. You should wait until you get inside of class and the professor goes over the syllabus and he tells you if the book is needed or not, because if not, then you just wasted like hundreds of dollars on a book that you probably can't sell, because nobody's going to want to buy that book. If you get your book from the school bookstore, they're going to overcharge you because they have to get their money's worth as well. So it's like the normal price of the book plus what your school charges for it. So you'll be paying like $100 for something that would normally cost about $50. So instead of buying it from your bookstore, you should look online, like at PDFs online. If you need to, I highly recommend Amazon rentals, because that's what I did for most of my books this freshman year, and like it was very cheap. Like most of the books didn't cost over $50 when like the actual book was about $200. So I just got all my books from Amazon and I returned them when the semester was over, and it was perfectly cheap. So always do that, and also ask around Reddit or Facebook groups or anybody that has had the class before you. Ask them if they still have their book and they're willing to sell it, because I promise you nobody wants to keep a book like that. What are you keeping a book for? Like that's not cool. So yeah, definitely ask around before you buy a book online. Advice number 2, go to class. This may sound very simple, very ridiculous, like duh, I'm gonna go to class, but it's very easy to skip class in a college campus. Like it's very easy, because these professors do not care. They're getting paid regardless, and so they don't require attendance, and so you don't go, and then eventually you stop like paying attention to what you have to do, the deadlines for the class, because you're not showing up for class, and then you're missing out on assignments and work even though it's online. Like probably if you're missing class, the slides are probably online, but you should still go to class so that the professor sees your face and he sees that you're a student like willing to learn, just in case you have any questions for your professor because you don't understand something, because like they'll be more willing to set some time aside to help you out individually if you don't understand something. If they see your face in class every single day, they know that wow, this student is trying to learn, and it could be the difference between you getting a B+ and an A, because the professor is like, wow, this student actually tried in this class. Like they came to class, they learned everything they could, and they just happened to get like a grade that was below what they should have earned, so they might bump you up to an A. Now that didn't work for me this semester. I low-key begged the professor to, I needed 1 more point for this grade I was trying to get, but like he was like no, and I was like great. But I still came to class though. Number 3, be involved. Like be as involved as you can be, but don't be over involved. Like you get what I mean? Like just like in high school, join clubs that you're interested in, but don't join too many clubs, because what are you really interested in if you're in everything basically? Like join what speaks to you and what you're passionate about. Like 2 clubs is a good amount to join. Don't join 5 because your friends are joining this and you're like, wow, this is really interesting. Like wow, I want to be a part of everything. You can't be a part of everything. So get involved, but don't do too much. But also get involved, because college is not just about schoolwork. It's not just about like your grades and stuff. It's about like the whole experience, like being in clubs, being in organizations, going to meetings, like attending events. Like it's about all of that stuff. That's what makes college, you know? So you have to be involved. You can't just like sit down and do your work every day and be like, wow, I'm doing great in college, because you're not doing much if you're just doing schoolwork, you know? So be involved. Go to office hours, go to tutoring, any type of writing assistance, math tutoring, all that, because you want to get the best grade that you possibly can in these classes. And I feel like the way for you to do it is for you to go to tutoring and for you to go to office hours, because office hours, the professor individually helps you and you get to ask questions, as much questions as you need to, take your time and stuff. You don't have to be nervous about asking a question out loud in class and everybody staring at you like, really, did she really just ask that? But office hours, you're comfortable, it's just you and the professor, or maybe you, the professor, and like maybe another student asking questions just one time with the professor, and you get a lot more help. And also with writing tutoring or math tutoring, like you may want to do that, because writing in high school and math in high school is very different from college. Like you may think that you're a good writer now, but like that first paper that you get back and you get like a C+, because the professor just doesn't like your writing style, like that's when you know you have to make a change and go to writing tutoring. And the tutors are normally very helpful because they know what they're doing and that's their major. I recommend that you go to tutoring so that you can get the best grade that you can in the class with a little bit of help, because you have to use all your resources. You're paying for it out of your tuition, so you may as well, like, that could be the difference between a B+ and an A, you going to writing tutoring or you going to math tutoring. Exhaust all your resources because you're paying for it in your tuition. Don't half-ass anything. Do not half-ass anything that you do. Don't half-ass anything. Don't. I did a lot of that, and like I don't even want to talk about it. Like, don't half-ass. Like, put your soul into every single class you take. Put your soul into every single event you plan, every single meeting you go to, every single interview you take. Put your all into it, because it's going to determine you, and it's going to determine like your success basically. So you have to make sure you go hard in everything you do. You go hard. Like, just go hard. Don't half-ass anything, bro. Like, that's, I can tell you some stories about half-assing and it's not good. Get, and I cannot stress this enough, a planner. Get a planner, please. Don't be like me and use your phone to take notes and just like your phone calendar and stuff, because I learned the hard way that the calendar does not remind you about things unless you like swipe all the way to the left on your iPhone. And I've missed a lot of events doing that, thinking that my phone was going to remind me, or that I would just look at my calendar around that time and then go. So don't be me and get a planner, because with a planner you can easily whip it out whenever you need to and write down what you need to, such as like notes or like something about a deadline that your professor said in class, or just like any events that you're trying to go to or something that your friends are planning. You just write it down in your planner, and then you could just like look at everything that you have to do that day or that week or that month, just to know that if it's a good time for you to do other things or not. So like it's just easily in front of you. Number 7, always make time to de-stress and take some self-care. Like, always make self-care time, because you're gonna be stressed. You're gonna be very stressed, and you can stress every single day of the week, but just make sure there's that one day that you're able to relax and cool off, because stress is dangerous. Like, the workload in college hits you like a truck, and you can't do work every single day of the week. You have to take a day just to like get your mind right, get your focus in gear, just have a little bit of fun. And I take those days. I think Fridays and Saturdays, I take 2 days. Like, I need more relaxation. Like, I can't just do one day. So like after my last class on Friday, I normally like go out to eat somewhere nice with my friends for lunch or dinner, and just chill the rest of that Friday night, or do no type of schoolwork at all. Just chill that whole day, and then like get my life together on Sunday and do all my work that is necessary and almost due, because you need to relax. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, literally everything is coming at you at one time with no end in sight. Schoolwork, projects, friendships, relationships, all types of ships, which is overwhelming. So you need to take some time for yourself just to cool down and to relax. Number 8, be on top of your schoolwork. This might sound basic and common and like duh, but trust me, it's very easy to lose sight of your goal, which is your schoolwork basically, because everything is happening at one time, like I said, and you just have to find time to make sure that you're remembering everything and you're learning everything the way you need to. Like, sometimes you need to study before class and study after class, like study the notes you took before class and then study them again after class, just to make sure things sink in there. And then you need to ask your professor about things that you don't understand, because like being lost just doesn't help, because you're lost and then the next lesson starts and then you're even more lost because you didn't understand the last lesson. So you just have to make sure that you're reviewing your notes and you're just actively doing everything you can to be on top of your schoolwork. And with that, you need to find a study area that works for you, that is not your room, because being in your room is very unproductive because your bed is right there and you're like, wow, I could really be sleeping right now. Like, that bed looked mad comfortable, and then you're like, I think I need to go in the bed. And so you're like, wait, I have work I should be doing. So you quickly do your work. You don't try to learn, you don't try to study or anything, you just try to get it out the way so you can go and jump in that bed and let a nap overtake you. Don't do that, because as long as your bed is in there, you won't be getting anything done. You won't be productive, because your room is where you go to find comfort and relax. And you can't find comfort and relax and also study at the same time. That doesn't work. So find an area, somewhere in the school, a study lounge, somewhere that you know that you can get your head in the right space and study as much as you need to. A place where you go to do your work, just to be on top of your schoolwork. Number 9, don't take an 8 a.m. You probably heard this from literally everybody in college, and you're like, that's ridiculous. I've been taking 8 a.m.s my whole life. I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, and then my first class started at 8:10. In college, it's very different because you don't go to sleep at a normal time every day. You probably go to sleep maybe at like 12, 1, 2, or 3 because you're up studying all night or you're doing certain things.
You cannot
go to sleep and then wake up before 8 in the morning, because who naturally wakes up before 8 in the morning? Is that weird, or that's just me? I'm the only one that find that weird. Like, I just can't wake up before 8 in the morning. So why would you go to class at that time, you know? Because that means you have to wake up at 6 or 7, get ready, maybe eat a little breakfast, and then go to class. And I know you don't want anybody talking to you that early in the morning. Like, the sun is barely out, you're barely up. Like, just do yourself a favor and don't take an 8 a.m. Like, the earliest I like to take classes is at 10. A normal time to take classes is at 9. It's normal to go to class at 10, but 8, no, don't do that to yourself. So don't take an 8 a.m. Number 10, get out of your comfort zone. This is the beginning of your future, and you don't know what you want. You don't know what kind of experiences you're looking for, what kind of people, what kind of characteristics you're looking for in friends. So in order to do that, you have to do things that you've never done before, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. Now, that does not mean do anything illegal or unsafe. Don't go to jail, please, and don't die. Like, nobody wants to die, you know? Get out of your comfort zone. Do things that you never thought about doing. You don't have to necessarily do things that make you uncomfortable, but do things that make you uncomfortable. Like, you kind of have to, within reason. Sorry, my phone died. All right, advice number 11. It's okay to be undecided. A lot of people are undecided. They might not be undecided like openly, but in their heads they're probably undecided no matter what year. But they go along with what they think they want and later on change their minds. College is about learning and exploring yourself and even the world. So there are lots of programs, centers, and even people all around your campus that are there to help you decide what you want. Like, most foreign parents, as soon as their child is born, they're like, oh, I want you to be a doctor, or you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna be an engineer. And then you grow up thinking, wow, that's what I want to do with my life. And you get to college, and that chemistry class or that physics class, like, you see another side of the world, and you're like, I can't do this. Like, you're really discouraged. You realize that's not what you wanted to do at all with your career, but you thought you wanted to do it because your parents, like, they told you that that's what you wanted to do. They told you that that's what you were gonna do, and you realize, like, no, that's not for you. Like, you're not passionate about that. And it's totally okay to choose what you want to do with your own path, because your parents are gonna support you no matter what. They just want you to be successful. But you have to make sure that whatever path you do choose, like, you're putting in the hard work and making sure that you're going to be successful no matter what. Because your parents, they're eventually gonna support you. They may be a little mad at first, but they will eventually support your decisions to major in whatever you want to major in, because it's your life at the end of the day. Like, don't forget that it's your life, and so you do what you want to do with it. Like, major in what you want to major in, do what you want to do with your own life, because it's all about you. Your parents are not gonna be there with you every step of the way, every single day in life. Like, you have to do things on your own as well. So I feel like choosing a major is something that you have to personally do yourself, you know? Failure. Failure is okay. In college, you will learn to take multiple L's. And you can't cry because you have another L to take at around 12:15. So you have to suck that up, sweetie. Like the world doesn't stop because you took an L. Like, I've taken multiple L's this freshman year. Like, I feel like honestly my whole freshman year was probably an L, but I'm smiling about it now, so you know it wasn't that bad. And the only thing about failure is the way you deal with it. Like, do you let it define you and keep you from doing things that you want to do, or do you learn from your mistake and you know better next time, basically, you know? So that's one thing about failure. Like, you're gonna have to take L's, but are you just gonna be scary, like, I don't want to take another L? Or are you gonna be like, okay, well, I'm not taking an L this time. Like, let's get this show on the road. Like, we got more things to do, you know? We got more things to look forward to. So that's what you have to remember. Just be okay with failing sometimes. Don't fail every day. Like, that's not cool. I think, okay, number 12 is you have to build a strong support system in college. You have to make friends that are there for you. Like, don't make associates, basically, because associates can only do so much in your life and you can only do so much for them. Make friends that will be there to support you and you'll be there to support them, and you'll always have a shoulder to cry on, because you're gonna be crying on shoulders sometimes, and your parents are not gonna be there for you. Like, they're a phone call away, but they're probably not gonna physically be there for you or with you. So you have to learn how to handle what you have to handle. Like, people around you, like, find people around you that are gonna care for you. So you have to find a strong network and a strong support system and be there for other people just like they're gonna be there for you. So find and make good friends. Okay, number 13, don't forget the reason that you're here. You are here for a degree. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, of course more, but nothing less. You're here for a degree, for networking, for friendship, family, all that. That's why you're in college. So you have to do everything you can to make sure that you get your degree. You keep your grades up no matter what you have to do. If you have to sacrifice hanging out with your friends to study for a test, then so be it, because your friends will always be there. But that test you have to take tomorrow, you can only fail it one time and it can only bring your grade down. So, you know, you're gonna hang out with your friends all the time, but make sure that you're prioritizing studying and you're doing everything you can to get the best grades that you can, you know? Never forget who you are. You're an intelligent, courageous, and unique individual who doesn't give up. College will basically make you feel like you're not that type of person. Like, it'll make you doubt yourself a lot of the time. You can't doubt yourself because you know who you are and you know what you can do. And sometimes you'll feel like you're just like not that smart, or you're not that intelligent compared to other people, or that one grade will just make you feel like, wow, I can't do this, like, why am I even here, you know? But just remember, you were smart enough to get accepted into the school that you're in for a reason, and everything happens for a reason. Like, sometimes you can't just always have good days, but just remember who you are and don't doubt yourself, because doubting yourself, I feel like, is the cause of like so much evils, because you're like, I don't even want to do this anymore, like, I'm not prepared for it. But you are prepared for it because you're there for a reason. Like, you got accepted into that school. God made that happen for a reason. So don't let any doubt get in your heart. Don't let anybody doubt you. Don't doubt yourself. Like, you should have a note on the wall or on the mirror or something that you look at every day with a little note, saying, I'm a strong, courageous, unique individual who will not fail. And just say that and repeat that to yourself every day, because you're gonna need it sometime. Yeah, just remember, like, you're doing this for a reason. Like, everything that comes easy isn't gonna last, and everything that lasts doesn't come easy. So, or something like that. I don't know how the saying goes, but something around those lines. So you have to work hard for what you want, and if it's good, then it's worth working hard for. So yeah, never doubt yourself and remember who you are, okay? You guys, that was it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it gave you a lot of ideas to think about over the summer. Yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and please like, subscribe, comment, and share these with your friends who are also incoming freshmen, or if you're not a freshman, share this video with somebody that you know is going to be a freshman and you know will need some advice. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.
I know, stay focused.